welcome to the Doomsday Report. Now, this week I'm being joined by a band that's come all the way from Portugal, Fantasy Opus. How's it going, guys?
Yeah, wonderful.
How was the journey?
Nice. It was cool.
I actually live in Edinburgh, but these guys came over.
Came from Portugal.
Right, so it's just like useful.
Yeah.
Alright, so how long have you lived in Edinburgh?
3 years.
What do you think of it?
Beautiful, charming city. Very wonderful people.
But it's bloody cold across here, isn't it?
I wasn't going to touch that, but since you mention it.
The weather is miserable. Now, is this the first time that you would have all played in Glasgow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, first time.
We're very excited. So this took me over a year to set up.
Right.
Lots of contacts with promoters and venues, but it was either schedules not matching, or sometimes the venues would say nothing, just wouldn't reply. I got in touch with a friend of a friend from Glasgow. He's a promoter, so we got in touch. We sorted things out, and we managed to get 2 dates: Edinburgh and Glasgow.
Oh, that's good. Now, have you ever played in the UK at all?
No.
So this is
I think this is one of the difficulties of trying to book the gig on the first place, because we're pretty much unknown here.
Right, so do you play a lot in Portugal, I take it then?
We do. All of our gigs to date have been in Portugal.
Right.
We have some sort of following in Lisbon, so we can maybe grab 150, 200 people in a club if we're headlining. So that's good.
That's a good turnout.
But we want to go further. I mean, Portugal is a small country, so.
Now, see, when you started your band, was it in '99? Was it you started?
At that point, it was mostly some teenagers playing stuff in the garage, sort of Metallica, Megadeth, Hammerfall kind of stuff. So then evolved.
So how has the band evolved from then to what we see today?
Good point. So I think because I'm the founding member, I'm in the best position to say this. So like I've said, we started in a garage. Lots of lineup changes. When people are young, it tends to be more unpredictable. People go to study, get their jobs, everything. So we had multiple lineup changes, and we've launched our demo in 2001, then lineup changes, and then our first album to 2008 called Beyond Eternity, and again more lineup changes, which inevitably stopped the creative process and the gigging and everything. So eventually we lined up again with a very strong lineup, and we're very happy with The Last Dream, which is our latest album.
Now, see, when you released your first EP and your albums, how were they received among your fans?
So the first EP was quite underground thing. The reviews were over what we expected at the time, but because like I've said, we were kids just doing our stuff. So we even got airplay in some metal radio programs, which was completely unsolicited. We didn't send anything. It just went. Then we kind of disappeared because, like I said, lineup changes. We went mute for a few years, not because the band stopped, but we didn't have a full lineup. So and then we started recording our first album, which we've released independently, and that album was very, very well received in Portugal, but pretty much unknown outside of Portugal. So when we came to do our latest album, The Last Dream, we didn't want to make the same mistakes in terms of production, of trying to promote it. So we are already quite known in the metal community in Portugal. We've played a few festivals and of course venues opening for very established bands or headlining smaller shows. But we definitely need to go further and play in Spain, neighboring countries. I think this was just a good opportunity because I'm here, so
take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Now, how's the scene in Portugal? Because now that you live here, you obviously won't see much of it, but you four guys will.
Yeah, well, the scene in Portugal is tough because there's a lot of the metal guys. Is always the same, you know. They're getting old and there's not renewal of any stuff. You know?
Right, so there's not any younger generation.
Yeah, it's like there's a generation gap in metal because the metal fans are all of them is from the 80s and the 90s, and we don't see like new generations enjoying metal anymore.
Yeah.
But there's a few, but not that kind of expression like we had in the 80s or the 90s. So we are struggling a bit because like Marcus said, when we play in our country, there's always the same people and the same fans, you know. And I think that we have enough quality and we have enough energy, and that the album is amazing. It has like a super international quality, you know, not like a thing you do on your basement playing guitar. And it's like something. It has proper professional quality. So we think that the next step is to get worldwide recognition, and that's the first step. I guess it's like coming to where things are more easy to set up, like in Scotland. And well, maybe next time we'll go to Spain because it's our neighbor country, and people there always they love symphonic power metal stuff as well, and go to Northern Europe or to even Japan or stuff like that. Well, maybe
that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. It's like would be a dream come true for us because I guess we have enough quality for that. It's just in terms of opportunity, in terms of having someone who give us a chance to do that, you know.
It's all about getting that one person to notice you.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Now, see, when it comes to your latest album, what difficulties did you have when recording it?
Too much ambition. That was a difficulty because getting into the technicalities of it. For instance, many bands just when they're recording the choruses, they just record a few tracks and then they just copy them, put some plugins in it, and make it sound really big. We wanted our choruses to be real, so it took us months to record just the choruses that you hear in the album. That's just an example of the difficulties. I think our ambition was also because we wanted an international level production to get recognized metal producer. In our case was Doomsday, which is a Danish producer, very well known. He's worked with Moonspell, with Baby Metal and other established bands. So the whole production of the album took maybe, by production I mean recording, mixing. For instance, Doomsday probably hates me right now because I made him make 19 mixes of the album.
Wow.
Yeah.
We weren't happy with it. We were happy with it, just not. We thought this could be just slightly better.
So you're the perfectionist then.
Yeah.
Now, what other areas do the other guys bring into the band? In terms of creativity, songwriting, who is it that takes the main lead in areas?
So I usually take the lead in terms of songwriting, but we all we have different pasts that sort of intertwine. So I'm the lead guitar player and I create most of the music. This guy's been with me since 2001, since the demo. He's our bass player. This guy was a guitar student for me.
So you've known each other.
Yeah, and it was like we lost our guitar player, and I was like, I need someone that thinks music like me aesthetically, that likes the stuff, and he likes like Symphony X and Gamma Ray and all that stuff. So Megadeth. So
why not?
Yeah.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, the opportunity. So you grab it with both hands.
So this guy is very well known in Portugal. He's a singer in multiple bands. He plays in the band.
Even in UK, I have a band in UK.
Yeah.
I think
In London, yeah.
Yeah, what band's that?
Legacy. It's a band from London.
Nice one. I'm gonna have to
It's
check
a
them
metal
out.
band.
And this guy, he's like the Mike Portnoy of Portugal.
Yeah.
plays in cover bands.
Junior.
He plays in Portuguese Dream Theater, which is a band called Forgotten Sons.
Yeah.
They have international records with SPV and stuff like that.
Nice.
So, but we kind of, I've seen gigs of his other bands. He's seen gigs of ours.
Yeah.
I've seen gigs of his bands years, and then later on we find out, oh, this guy is
Yeah,
great.
we all
Let's
get together.
we all get together. I was like, oh, this is a perfect opportunity.
And so you kind of formed a super band.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
You're calling this? If you call it,
Who am I to deny it?
yeah,
Now, so tomorrow you're playing in Edinburgh.
yeah.
What venue's that?
Bannerman's. So it's going to be Gallowgate Murders, us, Fantasy Opus, and Skiltron headlining. So looking promising, yeah.
Nice one. And what are your plans for the rest of the tour? Is it
Well,
the 2
just
days?
just the 2 dates. Then we go back to Portugal, and we're trying to set up a few other things, include Spain included, and a few dates in the south and on the north of Portugal. Yeah.
And have you got many other promoters across here, like down south in England?
So that promoter that I got into in touch with here in Glasgow, he put me in contact with other promoters in England. But like I said, sometimes schedules didn't line up, or the logistics of bringing the guys over and then like drop, because this is a much bigger country than well, I mean, the UK as a whole is a much bigger territory than Portugal. So
Is it?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you could go from top to bottom of Portugal, like from maybe London to Newcastle. That's it.
oh, I
That's
never
it.
knew that. I always thought
Yeah,
Portugal
bit
was
more.
bigger.
And more maybe, yeah.
Shows what I know, eh?
It's from top to bottom is 600 or 700 kilometers.
Yeah, which
About
is
that.
This is
okay.
London, Newcastle, 700.
Not sure, but it's
Yeah.
going to be close to that.
Close.
Yeah.
Right, what have you got
Well,
when it comes
It's
to
me.
music videos?
So we have the lyric video for Realm of the Mighty Gods. We have the lyric video for Lust. Those two songs are from our latest album, The Last Stream. We are preparing something special. We can't really tell you what it is.
Gonna not drag that out.
And we also have a video clip from our previous album called Beyond Eternity, and the song is called Mystic Messenger, which we are actually playing tonight.
Nice one, so check them out.
Cheers.
Right, well, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining me on the Doomsday Report. And for now, I've been Esteban, this has been Fantasy Opus,
Yeah.
and this has been the Doomsday Report. Keep it metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.